BTS Global News Exclusive. Paris, October 2025. The sky over Paris that afternoon looked like a masterpiece. Sunlight shimmered softly between the drifting white clouds, touching the golden peak of the Eiffel Tower. On the bustling streets, the clicks of cameras and footsteps of tourists filled the air. Yet amid it all, one silhouette seemed to make time stand still. Park Jimin. BTS's Jimin, the man whose gentle smile could calm any storm, had once again become the center of global attention. But this time, it wasn't because of his music or dance. It was because of a small detail on his wrist, a bracelet engraved with SJ Heartsuit HK. At first, no one noticed. That day, Jimin appeared casual in a black long coat and a soft gray scarf wrapped around his neck. He walked through the Lumiere district, accompanied by one assistant and two bodyguards. Sunlight slipped through the falling leaves, and in that fleeting moment, the metallic glint on his wrist was caught by a passing fanside's camera. The image spread rapidly, and within hours, #SJ Bracelet was trending worldwide. Armies didn't sit still. They zoomed in on the photo, analyzing every detail, trying to read each letter engraved on the bracelet. Some believed it was just a simple accessory, but many were convinced there was a hidden meaning behind those initials, especially after someone uploaded another photo showing a similar bracelet on someone's wrist in Korea. Though the face wasn't clear, many fans believed that person was Jungkook. Speculation exploded across social media. SJ and HK began to be interpreted in countless ways. Some guessed it stood for St. James Heartsuit Hong Kong, referring to Jimin's fashion project location. But others thought it was something more personal. SJ maybe Seoul Jimin, and HK, Jungkook, or Heartkook, one user wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Everything changed when another photo surfaced. Jimin sitting at a riverside cafe along the Seine, gazing at the twilight sky with an expression difficult to read. On his table, next to a cup of coffee and a white rose, was a small black box. Moments later, paparazzi captured him smiling at someone off camera, then gently touching the bracelet on his wrist as if remembering something precious. The next day, local French media reported that Jimin was doing a secret photo shoot for a European luxury jewelry brand. However, other rumors claimed that his trip to France wasn't just for work. A HYB insider, who wished to remain anonymous, said, "Jimin's been in France for several days." But interestingly, one of the staff members who usually works with Jungkook was seen at the same hotel. Speculation intensified. Was it merely coincidence, or was there a hidden meaning behind this trip? Meanwhile, Jungkook was seen in Seoul 2 days earlier, wearing a denim jacket and black mask as he left his private studio in Gangnam. Yet sharp-eyed fans noticed something strange. The bracelet on his wrist looked almost identical to Jimin's. When zoomed in, the engraving appeared to be the same. The only difference, Jungkook's bracelet was silver with subtle engraving, while Jimin's was soft gold. Two bracelets, two colors, one secret message. The following night, Jimin posted a photo on his Instagram story. A simple image, the Paris skyline at night, with a small caption at the bottom corner. Sometimes, distance has its own rhythm. Soon after, Jungkook posted on Weverse, "Some rhythms stay in your heartbeat." The fandom erupted. Two sentences, shared on different platforms, but seemingly speaking to each other across worlds. In the ever-bustling entertainment world, the connection between these two BTS members has always been a captivating mystery. Jimin and Jungkook, two souls appearing close yet cautious in public. Many fans describe their bond as something beyond friendship. Now, with the emergence of the SJ Heartsuit HK bracelet, that theory reignited like an ember refusing to die. Days later, Jimin attended a fashion event in Paris, wearing a soft smile, but eyes that seemed deep, as if hiding something only one person could understand. He sat in the front row among global ambassadors, yet his gaze occasionally fell to the bracelet around his wrist. Cameras caught the moment, and the world once again fell silent. Meanwhile, in Seoul, Jungkook was seen in a dance studio, preparing for what seemed to be something big. He wore a gray hoodie, his hair slightly tousled, and the bracelet still glimmered faintly under the neon light. A fan who recorded a short clip wrote, "He looked focused, but his eyes were empty, like someone dancing while thinking of something far away." The next day, a surprise Weverse Live began. Jungkook appeared, sitting quietly before the camera, his face calm but his gaze piercing. He strummed his guitar briefly, then smiled faintly. "It's been a while, right?" he said in his low voice. The chat flooded with comments. But during that live, there was a moment that froze everyone, when the bracelet on his wrist caught the ring light's glow, and Jungkook stared at it silently for several seconds. Then he spoke softly. "Sometimes, what's hidden speaks louder than what's said." That single line shook the fandom. Armies began piecing together clues like detectives, connecting every smile, every word, every bracelet. And what shocked them even more, 2 hours after that live, Jimin's Instagram posted a new photo, a hand holding a white rose on a wooden table, captioned, "I heard you." Everything grew even more mysterious. Major Korean media outlets began covering the phenomenon, trying to uncover whether the SJ Heartsuit HK bracelet was part of a collaboration project or something personal. HYBE, as usual, declined to comment. But a former BTS stylist wrote privately, "Sometimes small symbols hold big stories, and some don't need to be explained." Night fell softly over Paris. Jimin was seen on his hotel balcony, gazing at the glittering city below. In silence, he held his wrist, gently brushing the bracelet. His gaze was distant, but his lips curved into a faint, warm smile. Who was he smiling at that night? A memory, or someone who was also looking at a matching bracelet from the other side of the world? Jimin's last day in Paris coincided with October 13th, a date deeply significant to armies. The anniversary of one of BTS's iconic debut performances in 2013. And at midnight, Jimin posted one final Weverse message before flying back to Seoul. "Paris taught me one thing. Some names don't fade, even when oceans do." When his plane landed at Incheon the next day, hundreds of cameras awaited him. Jimin wore a black mask and a bucket hat, looking tired yet elegant. But the media's attention wasn't on his face, it was on his wrist, now bare. The bracelet was gone. Speculation reignited. Where did it go? Why did he remove it? The answer came 2 days later. Jungkook uploaded a short vlog titled Midnight Studio. At the end of the video, he sat alone at a desk, holding something in his hand, a soft gold bracelet engraved faintly with SJ Heartsuit HK. He looked into the camera and smiled faintly. "Sometimes," he whispered, "it finds its way home." That sentence alone reignited an ocean of theories worldwide. Fans were convinced the bracelet was now in Jungkook's possession, as if a secret message had quietly traveled between two hearts that needed no words to understand each other. And to this day, no one knows what SJ Heartsuit HK truly means. Is it a hidden project? A symbol of friendship? Or something deeper? But one thing is certain, behind every Jimin smile and every Jungkook glance lies something greater than mere rumor. A story that continues to pulse softly, like a rhythm only two people can hear. Paris may just be a city, and the bracelet may just be a small piece of metal, but for a world that searches for meaning in the silence between two of BTS's brightest stars, SJ Heartsuit HK has become something more, a sweet mystery, an unspoken secret, and perhaps a love story told only through the glimmer on their wrists. And somewhere in Seoul that night, as all the lights dimmed, two soft melodies echoed, one from Jungkook's guitar, one from Jimin's heart, still connected across continents. No words, no official statement. Only a message unseen, yet deeply felt by those who follow their journey. Some secrets don't need to be revealed, because the world already feels them. Yindi.